The Pixel 4 launch is just around the corner and it isn't reserved for the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. We're actually going to see a number of products, a couple of services, and maybe a little software added into the Made by Google lineup. So, with that in mind, here's everything you can expect at Google's next launch event. 9to5 Google is sponsored by NVIDIA GeForce Now, the cloud gaming platform that can effectively transform any laptop, desktop, Chromebook, Shield TV, Android smartphone or tablet into a powerful gaming PC rig without the hassle. GeForce Now supports over 1,000 games, including 90 of the biggest and best free-to-play titles on PC. Stick around to the end of the video to learn more about GeForce Now and how it can get you gaming on every device you own. So let's start with the most obvious new additions and the headline makers. The Pixel 6 and 6 Pro are the reason for this entire launch event taking place at all. Over the past few weeks, the duo has leaked extensively, and dare we say it, we know a fair few things about what is coming from these devices. However, we still don't know everything. We're still intrigued by the new Tensor chip and its overall capabilities. They've been a closely guarded secret so far. The entire success of the Pixel 6 series could actually rest on the shoulders of this internally developed chipset, which has reportedly been helped to manufactured by Samsung. Qualcomm has also even been on social media taking swipes at Google on Twitter over the past few days over the decision to switch away from Qualcomm's chips, the Snapdragon chips, to this Tensor chipset. And the design of the smartphone itself, as some of you out there will already know, it channels the Nexus 6P camera visor and the Pixel 2 XL's two-tone colours for a uniquely Pixel aesthetic and look. Frustratingly though, this year Google is following Apple's lineup structure. That means that the Pixel 6, kind of much like the iPhone 12 and 13 series, is slightly less capable than the Pro and includes less of the bells and whistles that you'd expect from a top-tier smartphone. So to recap, as we've covered numerous times so far, the Pixel 6 will have a 6.4-inch 90Hz AMOLED display, which is flat, an in-display fingerprint scanner, the Tensor chip powering the whole thing, 50-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, plus a 4,614 mAh battery with 30-watt wired charging and 20-watt wireless charging via a new Pixel stand. It'll be available in Kinda Coral, Sorta Seafoam and Stormy Black. As for the Pixel 6 Pro, as a top-tier device, it will come with a 6.71-inch 120Hz QHD Plus AMOLED display with an in-display fingerprint scanner, again the Tensor chip powering the main event, 50-megapixel main camera, 12-megapixel ultra-wide, 48-megapixel 4x periscope zoom lens and a 5,000 mAh battery that can be topped up at 30-watt wired speeds and 20-watt wireless charging speeds via that new Pixel stand. The colours will include Stormy Black, Sorta Sunny and Cloudy White. So the original Pixel stand also debuted alongside the Pixel 3 and 3 XL way back in 2018. Yes, 2018. And in the 3 years since the launch of the Pixel 3 series, new features have been added to Pixel phones that have supported wireless charging with the Pixel stand to take advantage of that device. But when the Pixel Buds launched in 2020, they weren't exactly compatible without a workaround, so they haven't been perfect, all said and done. And while the stars of the Pixel 4 launch will undoubtedly be those aforementioned smartphones, some people will be looking at the upgrades made to the wireless charging stand and if some of those supposed features will be available for their existing Pixel devices. If you place a compatible device on the Pixel stand, a new UI will launch and it looks like it'll show the time and date in the top left corner of your Pixel display. Media controls will also appear next to that with a grid of your smart home device controls following, while it will also offer two shortcuts for what are called performance mode and quiet mode at the bottom of your screen. We don't yet know for certain if this feature or the features with the new Pixel stand will be available on all Pixel devices, but we're hoping that it will come to older smartphones with the Android 12 update. That said, we simply don't know at this stage if it's limited to Pixel 6 devices so far. And alongside the new Pixel stand, we'll also see a new power brick to enable 33-watt fast charging. And if you want access to these charging speeds, you will need to pick it up separately. As we all know, at this point, there won't be a charger in the box with the Pixel 6 or 6 Pro. So that's the Pixel stand and the new charging brick for Pixel devices. The delayed launch of Android 12 also means that Pixel owners will have to wait until this Pixel 4 launch event to get the latest OS upgrade, or at least it will be announced when it will be available. This differentiates the Android 12 release from recent years of kind of prompt OTA updates rolling out from the beginning of October, or historically in the start of October. However, this is not a regular build for our favourite mobile OS though. In fact, Android 12 signifies the biggest ever shift in the smartphone OS. Material U is an evolution of material design, which was introduced way back in 2014. Google touts this as a more humanistic approach to design, and in basic terms this means things like rounded corners, softer UI portions, and simplification to appeal to what we'd say is a wider audience, while realistically taking a few design cues from things like Samsung's One UI. Your on-device wallpaper will play a prominent role in the UI, with the dynamic colour portion of Material U accenting and colouring even supported app interfaces and widgets based upon your wallpaper colours that have been picked. In action it is very impressive, but this does come at the cost of what we'd consider deep, granular customization, which many of you out there will really miss in Android 12. On top of those major additions, Pixel Pass has been touted over the past few days, and it looks like it will be a sort of shock inclusion for those in selected regions, as you'll be able to make one flat monthly payment to get access to a brand new Pixel 6 device, a Google Fi plan, YouTube Premium and therefore YouTube Music, Google Play Pass, and device protection on top of that. It's not clear if all of those services and plans will come at a full price or at a discount, and it appears that any purchased devices, Pixel 6 or otherwise, will be financed rather than bought outright. There are very few companies though, or smartphone OEMs, offering anything remotely similar to this package, and we think this could be a real winner for people getting fully entrenched into Google services and the wider product ecosystem. So those dead certainties more or less aside, there are a few products where there is less evidence of a launch at this Pixel 4 launch event, but we can't really dismiss them, or at least dismiss a very surprise unveiling. One would imagine that with the volume of leaks in recent months, we know everything already. Well, the thing is, we're just wondering if Google could have some surprises for us come October 19th. As some of you out there may know, and as we have reported here at 9to5Google, Google has been working on a foldable device since August 2020, and we've seen more evidence of a device codenamed Passport being worked on throughout 2021. While it's likely we'll see a folding Pixel phone at some point in the future, it's not immediately clear if we'll see it alongside the Pixel 6 series, because a recent report also suggests that the production of Pixel Fold displays was set to start in October 2021. You could kind of be forgiven for expecting to see the device at this Pixel 4 launch event. We do know that the proposed Android 12.1 update though includes more tuning for smartphones with folding displays. As always though, leaks are a good indicator if we'll see a product imminently or in the future, and information about a potential Pixel Fold is very insignificant compared to other made by Google hardware out there. A folding device could also take a lot of the limelight away from the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, which might not be a good move for Google. However, we would love to learn more, and we are hoping for a little surprise Pixel Fold tidbit during this launch event. So while a Pixel Fold is very much in the potential announcements camp, there are a few products that are certainly not coming during the Pixel 4 launch event, no matter how many fans out there wish they would. We're not saying these products don't exist, as we're sure they will potentially come at a future point. Just don't get your hopes up for any of the following. So the arrival of the Pixel Buds A series earlier this year and the discontinuation of the 2020 Pixel Buds, which did have a few issues, might set alarm bells ringing, but we are not expecting any new headphones or Bluetooth earbuds during the Pixel 4 launch event. There is little actual evidence for a refresh beyond that lack of a premium set of earbuds on the Google Store. If you are picking up a new smartphone, then you probably have to select the less feature-rich Pixel Buds A series, which are still pretty good in their own right, or track down a pair of Pixel Buds from 2020. That said, we don't expect any headphones to announce during this keynote. We haven't yet seen a follow-up to the Pixelbook Go, which was released in late 2019, but recent evidence does suggest that Google is at least developing dedicated Chromebook chips to replace CPUs from the likes of AMD, MediaTek, Intel, and even Qualcomm. With Tensor in the Pixel 6 though, we wouldn't expect to see Google unveil an updated Pixelbook or even a refreshed Pixel Slate during this fall keynote. Maybe we will see a Tensor-powered Pixelbook in the next 12 to 24 months, but for now, Chrome OS will only run on chips from other OEMs. The silence has been pretty much deafening with regard to the Pixel Watch, and with so many leaks of other products out there, it's very improbable that we'll see Google introduce their own Wear OS watch next week. Some rumours do suggest that chip shortages could be to blame, but while that could very well be a reason, or very well be true, there's been little to no evidence to suggest that the Pixel Watch was ever coming in 2021. Let's hope that Google has some information though on plans for Fitbit and Wear OS soon, as the interest in a Pixel Watch has grown immensely over the past 20 to 24 months. Our last evidence of a Google-branded wearable actually comes all the way back in 2019, and it's been practically silent since then. That said, we're very excited to potentially learn more in the future if a Pixel Watch is even in the works, and we're sure Google might have something up the sleeves in the long term. So hopefully that clears up some confusion about what we will and won't see on October 19th. At least compared to previous years, it's a small selection, but an important one nonetheless, especially given that Google is refreshing the Pixel line properly for the first time in a long while. We want to know though, is there any product in particular you're looking forward to the most, aside from the obvious Pixel 6 and 6 Pro? Be sure to let us know down in the comment sections below, but until next time, this is Damien with 95Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later. 95Google on YouTube is sponsored by NVIDIA GeForce Now, which lets you play PC games completely free in the cloud across all of your devices, or for access to RTX graphics featuring the latest ray tracing technology, longer game sessions, and even better overall performance, then you should definitely sign up for the GeForce Now Priority membership. If you want to learn more, then head to the link in the description or geforcenow.com, or check out NVIDIA's GFN Thursdays, which celebrate and highlight the latest releases, news, and all things cloud gaming each and every week. And thanks to NVIDIA for sponsoring 95Google here on YouTube.